You can win an inspirational audiobook summary of Shiv Khera's book narrated by Shiv Kher. Read book a month, audio listen to books. Learn from books. Lies the vision. Introduction. Welcome to Read Book a Month Audio. Today, we bring you an inspiring summary of You Can Win by Shiv Khera, a well-known book on personal development, positive thinking, goal setting and building a successful life. This is not the complete book. It is an editorial summary highlighting some of the book's important ideas, practical lessons and valuable takeaways. The central message is simple. Success is not an accident. It is the result of the right attitude, clear goals, disciplined action and good character. So, let us begin. 1. Success starts with attitude. One of the strongest ideas in You Can Win is that our attitude has enormous influence over our life. Two people can face the same situation and respond completely differently. One person may see a problem and say, "There is nothing I can do." Another may look at the same problem and ask, "What can I learn from this and what can I do next?" The situation is the same. The difference is attitude. A positive attitude does not mean ignoring difficulties. It means facing difficulties with confidence, responsibility and a willingness to find solutions. Our attitude influences our behavior. Our behavior influences our actions. Our actions create habits. And our habits eventually influence our results. Therefore, if we want better results, we must first examine our thinking. 2. Dreams need goals. Dreaming is important. But a dream without a plan usually remains a dream. Shiv Khera emphasizes the importance of setting clear goals. A goal gives direction to our efforts. Instead of saying, "I want to become successful," we should ask, "What exactly do I want to achieve?" Then we need to decide, what should I do? By when should I do it? What resources do I need? What obstacles might I face? And how will I measure my progress? The written goal creates commitment. Whether it is related to career, business, education, finance, relationships or personal development, clarity gives us the power to move forward. Remember, a clear destination makes the journey meaningful. 3. Discipline turns intention into results. Many people know what they should do. The problem is that knowing is not enough. Success requires action. And consistent action requires discipline. We may have excellent ideas, strong ambitions and good intentions. But unless we convert them into daily habits, they rarely produce meaningful results. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when we do not feel like doing it. It means getting up when we would rather sleep. It means learning when entertainment is easier. It means saving when spending is tempting. It means continuing when the initial excitement disappears. Motivation may start the journey. Discipline keeps us moving. 4. Choose your associations carefully. Another important lesson is the influence of people around us. Our environment affects our thinking, behavior and ambitions. If we constantly surround ourselves with people who discourage us, complain about everything and refuse to take responsibility, their attitude can gradually influence us. On the other hand, spending time with positive, hardworking and responsible people and encourage us to raise our own standards. This does not mean avoiding everyone who thinks differently. It means consciously choosing people who help us grow. Ask yourself, do the people around me inspire me to become better? If the answer is yes, value those relationships. 5. Character matters. Success without character is incomplete. A person may possess money, position, influence or intelligence. But if that person lacks honesty, integrity and responsibility, long-term success becomes difficult. Character is built through everyday choices. Keeping promises, being truthful, accepting responsibility, respecting others, doing the right thing even when nobody is watching. These qualities may not provide immediate rewards, but they build something far more valuable, trust. And trust is one of the strongest foundations of personal and professional success. 6. Learn from failure. Failure is one of the biggest fears that prevents people from taking action. But failure can also become one of our greatest teachers. When something goes wrong, we have two choices. We can blame circumstances, other people and bad luck. Or we can ask, what went wrong? What could I have done differently? What have I learned? What should I change next time? The second approach turns failure into experience. Successful people are not necessarily people who never fail. They are people who learn, adapt, and continue. Failure is an event. It does not have to become an identity. Civil. Develop a habit of continuous learning. The world changes continuously. Technology changes. Businesses change. Skills become outdated. New opportunities appear. Therefore, learning cannot stop with school or college. We must remain students throughout life. Read books. Listen to experts. Learn from experience. Develop new skills. Ask questions. Accept constructive feedback. And most importantly, remain curious. A person who stops learning gradually limits his or her own possibilities. Learning is not preparation for life. Learning is part of life. Take responsibility for your life. One of the most powerful principles in personal development is responsibility. It is easy to blame circumstances. My boss is responsible. My company is responsible. My family is responsible. My luck is bad. Sometimes circumstances genuinely create difficulties. But constantly blaming circumstances gives away our power. Taking responsibility means asking, what is within my control? We may not control everything that happens to us, but we can control our response. We can control our effort. We can control our preparation. We can control our attitude. We can control whether we learn from experience. That is where personal power begins. Success is more than money. Money is important. It provides security and opportunities. But money alone cannot define a successful life. True success should also include good relationships, health, peace of mind, self-respect, contribution to society, and a sense of purpose. A person who earns wealth but loses family, health, or integrity has not necessarily achieved complete success. Therefore, we should define success for ourselves. Ask, what kind of person do I want to become? Not merely, what do I want to possess? Because ultimately, success is not only about having more. It is about becoming better and making a positive difference. The power of positive action. Positive thinking becomes meaningful only when it leads to positive action. Saying I can do it is a good beginning. But the next question must be, what will I do today? Small actions repeated consistently can create extraordinary results. Read 10 pages every day. Learn one new skill. Save a small amount regularly. Exercise consistently. Call someone you care about. Complete an important task instead of postponing it. Improve one weakness. Help one person. Progress does not always come through dramatic changes. Often, it comes through small improvements repeated every day. Final takeaway. So, what can we take away from You Can Win? First, build a positive attitude. Second, set clear and meaningful goals. Third, develop discipline and take consistent action. Fourth, choose your associations wisely. Fifth, build strong character and integrity. Sixth, treat failure as a teacher. Seventh, keep learning throughout life. And finally, take responsibility for your own growth and success. The most important lesson is that success is not something that suddenly arrives at our doorstep. It is built gradually. It begins with a thought. That thought influences our attitude. Our attitude influences our actions. Our actions become habits. And our habits shape our future. So, if you want to change your future, begin by changing what you do today. Closing. This brings us to the end of our editorial summary of You Can Win by Shiv Khera. The book reminds us that while we cannot control every circumstance in life, we can control our attitude, our choices, and our effort. And that is where our real opportunity lies. So, don't simply wish for a better life. Set a goal. Make a plan. Take action. Stay disciplined. Keep learning. And never stop improving yourself. Thank you for listening to Read Book Comment Audio. Listen to books. Learn from books. Life the vision. If you found this summary useful, share it with someone who may benefit from its message. Until we meet again, keep reading. Keep learning. Keep growing. Thank you.